With so much going on in the world today, it's easy to be distracted, overwhelmed, stressed out, and burned out, anxious, depressed, and all of these things. So today I want to share some insight with you on how you can be less distracted and more focused on your goals so you can overcome whatever is going on in the world today and get clear on who you are, who you want to be, what you're going to do, and how you're going to impact the world in these next 5 years. Number one, who do you want to be in 2030? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have already counted out the next 4 years and they're saying, well, what's going to happen? It's so much going on today that people are looking forward to 2029. The question that I want you to answer for yourself, for number one, is who do you want to be in 2030? Not what do you want to do and how much money you have or how much money you're going to lose or all of these things. Who do you want to be in 2030? How do you want your beingness to be? How do you want your mental health to be? Your physical health, your bank accounts, your lifestyle, your living, your family, and the relationships, all of the things that matter besides the money. Now, money is important, but what's most important is getting a clear vision on who you are and who you want to be. If you can submit that in your mind, it will change everything. So you won't be so caught up in all of the things that are going on today because you have a clear vision of who you want to be in the next 5 years. What are your goals? Have you even set any? And I was thinking this morning about how in 2016, all of these things were going on. Same thing. Maybe less egregious, but what is the measurement of egregious these days? Because between 2016 and 2019, 2020, the ish hit the fan in 2020 to a new high of fear and anxiety, and people are locked in the house. People are dying around the world. Like the pandemic was insane compared to what was going on between 2019 and 2020. And now here we are in 2025, and it's like the levels just keep increasing, or are they the same? So we've spent 10 years in chaos. 10. So if you were 40, 10 years ago, now you're 50. And so now you're telling me you're going to wait till you're 55? You've blown through. I did the best parts of your life. I'm knocking on 50 this year. I'm not going to wait until I'm 55 before I figure out, oh no. If you started at 30 in 10 years ago and now you're 40, are you going to wait till you 45 before you start to focus on who you want to be? I mean, this is something I want you to answer for yourself. And I'm laughing, but it's so insane because in 2020, people just wanted to get through 2020, hoping that 2021 was going to stabilize and normalize. And then 2022, we were going to go back to normal. Now we don't even have a measurement for what normal is. What a great time to be alive where you're able to create your own reality. And you've always had that power. We just surrendered it to a plan that wasn't designed for us. We surrendered it to a box that wasn't designed for us. So the first thing that I want you to think about is, who do you want to be? When I lost everything, now one, I was a winner. So I don't want to keep making the burnout story my foundational story, because my foundational story is I'm a champion. But let's talk about when I burned out because I was doing too much and all these other kind of things. I started to get a clear vision on who I wanted to be. And so I leaned on a quote from Wallace E. Wattles in The Science to Getting Rich. He said, the hardest work that man is called to do is to hold sustained and consecutive thought on the truth, regardless of appearances. He who can do this can conquer fate. He can have what he wants. He becomes a mastermind. The hardest work that man is called to do is to hold sustained and consecutive thought on the truth, regardless of appearances. The Bible says, let the weak man say, I am strong. Let the poor man say, I am rich. What is the truth? So I learned these things after I burned out. Like, the truth was I was healthy. The truth was I was wealthy and rich and frolicking along the beaches and doing what I wanted to do with who I wanted to do it with. That was the truth. I had a successful business. I was teaching people how to manage their stress so they didn't end up in their brother's house like me. The appearance was I was in my brother's house with no money, eating Little Caesars pizza, drinking red berry Ciroc out of a mason jar with muscadine juice, and eating nutty bars and Dutch chocolate bluebell ice cream. Now, that was the appearance. I held true on the truth. Who I am today is who I saw 13 years ago. So I'm living out the vision of what I saw. And the vision just keeps getting greater for me. So I want you to consider, who do you want to be in 2030? How do you want to arrive? Because I saw so many people put their heads in the dirt in 2020 and they didn't think about who they wanted to be in 2025. They just thought about making it until, and now they're falling apart mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So how do you want to arrive in 2030? Not just in your money, but how do you want to arrive in your mind? How do you want to arrive in your body? And if you understand that tomorrow's not guaranteed, if you understand that we're here for a brief moment in this experience, if you understand that you have 5 years to create significant success and wealth for your family, don't surrender that vision to people who don't know you. It's not what people call you, is what you answer to. Some people are going to win and some people are going to lose. You choose which one you're going to be based on who you are. And if you understood and really claimed how powerful you were, then you would look for opportunities in every adversity. Napoleon Hill said, for every adversity, there is an equivalent, if not greater, seed of benefit in Think and Grow Rich. For every seed of adversity, there's an equivalent, if not greater, seed of benefit. So if all that adversity is going on, I'm looking for the opportunities in the chaos, point blank, period. Will you join me in doing the same? So who do you want to be in 2030 and how do you want to arrive is the question I want you to answer for yourself. Number 2. Based on who you want to be, we have a clear vision on that. Now I want you to set your goals based on who you want to be and how you want to arrive. If you want to arrive in 2030, 30 pounds lighter, stronger mentally, physically, spiritually, connected with your faith, connected with your family. Once you have a clear vision on who you want to be in 2030, now let's start to list down some of the goals, which is what number 2 is. Set some goals that are going to be in alignment with who you want to be. If you want to be 30 pounds lighter, then these are some of the things that you need to do. Set that goal. If you want to arrive healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, with your family in tow and with you and happy and harmonious, write that down as a goal. So once you write that down as a goal, as your 5-year vision, I have mine right here. It's long. I got a lot. That I want to do in the next 5 years. So once you have the 5-year vision, now we're going to reverse engineer the things that you need to do in order to get to the 5-year vision for who you want to be when you arrive. That's going to drive your actions. What actions do you take? What things do you need to do today in order to arrive in 2030 healthier? So in order to get to 2030 healthy, I can't be watching the news every day. I can't be getting caught up arguing with people on social media every day. I can't get caught up in the mundane things. I can't get caught up with what they say is going to happen for my life because they don't know me and they don't know you. So write it out, write the vision, make it plain and say, this is who I'm going to be. Come into agreement and start to co-create your reality with God, because with God, all things are possible. I want you to start to understand that you co-create your reality with God, and it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It only matters what's going on in you. But when you have a clear vision, clear, write the vision, make it plain. Once you know where you're going in the next 5 years and who you want to be, then you start to write your goals down, write the vision, make it plain. These are the things that I need to do in 2025, 2026, 27, 28, 29, 30. These are the things that I need to do over the next 5 years to arrive as this person. These are the things that I need to do. I need to get some sleep. I need to spend quality time with my family. I need to be able to check certain boxes at work or check certain boxes in my business. I have clear goals now set based on who I want to be. And I'm not chasing the small things and the small wins. I have a longer goal to play. I'm playing for the long term, and you will make it. And once you understand what you need to now do, now let's talk about self-discipline. Learning self-discipline, because once you know where you're going, you know what won't get you there. Once you know where you're going, you know who won't get you there. So the first thing that I want you to start to consider is start to discipline your time. We have 1,440 minutes every single day. Are you spending your time or are you investing it? If you are given $1,440 every day for the next 5 years, how would you arrive in the next 5 years? Would you blow it out of the window? Would you be popping bottles? Or will you start to invest it and make it grow and learn how to multiply your money, learn how to build and buy assets? What would you be doing if you got $1,440 every single day? Let's add it up. So we got 1,440 minutes times 365 is 525,000 times 5, $2.6 million. So if you are given $2.6 million over the next 5 years, when you arrived in 2030, how much will you have? Will you have multiplied it? I'm thinking about the parable of the talents. Are you going to bury it, or are you going to put that money to work? If you have 1,440 minutes every single day, are you going to squander it, or are you going to invest it? Are you going to start to invest in strengthening your mind, strengthening your body, strengthening your spirit? Are you going to start to invest it in thinking about things that you can do in order to be more fruitful for yourself and for your family, regardless of what's going on in the world? Or are you going to spend your time arguing with people on social media, scrolling through social media, comparing your life to other people's life and never feeling really good about yourself? Are you going to spend your time playing video games and watching football and eating chicken wings? I used to love chicken wings. So I'm not knocking that, but if that's your way to decompress, what else are you doing with your time? And I want to be clear, rest for me is intentional. When I check out mentally, I'm checked out because I need to be able to endure the race, because this life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I want you to consider your time to be like your money. And if you're spending 30 minutes on the phone with somebody who's complaining about their life day after day after day, and they've done nothing to change, no matter how much advice that you've given them, that's like you investing $30 into something where you're not getting an ROI. So anything that you do and how you invest your money, I want you to consider your time to be the same. You have to get an ROI on that. If not, it's like putting your money in the vending machine again and again and again, trying to get that honey bun, knowing that honey bun is not coming. How many times are you going to put $1.35? I mean, honey buns might be $3 now, I'm not sure. But are you going to continue to feed your money into a vending machine and not get anything back? You wouldn't do that with your money. So I want you to consider, how are you spending your time? The second thing I want you to consider when it comes to self-discipline is disciplining your thoughts. What are the words that you're saying to yourself? We say some of the nastiest things to ourselves that we would never say to anybody else. But how do you know what you're saying to yourself? I want you to start to repeat in the mirror some great things about yourself. And this is a practice that I use with my clients again and again. I'm smart. I am beautiful. I am rich. I am happy. I am whole. I am harmonious. That should not set off bombs and become warfare, but it does. We never really take the time to tell ourselves how great we are. And when it comes to being successful and being a leader, if we don't tell ourselves how great we are, we're not really that good at accepting compliments either. If we can't tell ourselves how great we are and how valuable we are, then we seek it in the hands of other people or from other people and wonder why it doesn't matter what other people say about you and it's never enough. It's really about how you feel about yourself. So for every negative comment that you say to yourself or you allow somebody to say to you, it takes 14 positive comments to negate the one negative thing. So if your thoughts are stuck on, I'm going to go broke, I don't have enough, I'm not enough, I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to lose my marriage, I'm going to lose my kids, I'm going to lose this, I'm not good, I'm not great, I'm not special, I'm not smart, I'm dumb. I flatline is like the worst thing that you can say. That's another video. But the negative things that you say, you need 14 positive things to negate the one negative thing that you say. And if you're in a ditch right now, I want you to consider, what is your self-talk? But the first thing is starting to listen to what are the things that you're saying to yourself. Eckhart Tolle says, I'm not the voice in my head. Who am I then? The one who sees it. So start to think about, what am I really saying to myself? What am I really saying about myself to other people? And what am I allowing other people to say to me? Because those things will keep you stuck in a loop. It will keep you anxious, depressed, and have all these things that are going on in your life when you may not have as many problems as you think you do. It is a battlefield of the mind. And the third thing that I want you to start to discipline is your energy. Oprah says, be responsible for the energy that you put out in the world. And here's the thing about energy. Either we're putting out negative energy or we're putting out positive energy. But we start to give and do and give and do. And leaders are givers and doers. And we give and we do. And we are accustomed to pouring from an empty cup. I want to give you permission today to engage in self-preservation. I want to give you permission today to stop pouring into other people, depleted, broken, shattered, just dry. And give yourself permission to pour into yourself, replenish yourself, start to focus on yourself for the first time in your life. Self-care is selfish. Self-care is the highest form of self-love. But we have been conditioned and we have been taught to give to everybody else. And we secretly hope that they will start to give to us. It has never happened. So in times where you're on fire and you're drowning and you're going through something, I want to encourage you to stop pouring into other people and give yourself permission to pour into yourself. I want you to give yourself permission to nurture yourself. I want to give you permission to give yourself permission to think about yourself and what makes you happy and where you want to be in the next 5 years and how you want to arrive. And that all starts with the man or the woman in the mirror. So start today on focusing on who you want to be in the next 5 years, setting goals that align with who you want to be, and then engage in self-discipline so you can achieve it because you already deserve it. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let me know what was your biggest lesson from this. like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. I can't wait to share this insight with you, and we will see you in the next episode.